This video is brought to you by Blue Guardian, the fastest growing prop firm in 2023. Right folks, here we are at the end of another trading week. We've got our 5 traders, including myself and the bot that I'm using, doing the Blue Guardian challenge. We're going to see how everyone performed across the course of the week. Remember, these guys are on the live streams across Asia, New York and London sessions. So if you do want to see them trading live, trading these challenges live, then all you need to do is jump into the trading live streams. Best way to do that is to click subscribe, like, and that notifications bell. Click all, and you'll get notified on your phone when these things hit. All right, folks, let's hear from Blue Guardian and get on with the show. Our sponsor, Blue Guardian, funds their traders with up to $400K and allows you to get your first withdrawal and refund after just 14 days, giving you a serious edge. With hundreds of positive reviews on Trustpilot, 4.8 stars, and a Discord of 15K active members, Blue Guardian is one of the most trusted prop firms in the industry right now. Check out the link and coupon in the description to get 10% off your next Blue Guardian evaluation. Right, folks, we've got Gentsla in the house giving us his update on last week's trading, which I've got to say was kind of weird with all the stuff that went on. So I'll hand it over to you, and you can tell the guys what went on and what you ended up doing and experimenting with, and how you ended up at the end of the week.
Sure. Thank you so much, Cam. So this week we started off. It was actually really good. We started off the week and we had a winning trade, and then the day after that there was a little bit of an error in the 8 cap system. I don't know what was happening, but I was actually live on the stream, and then the charts were diverging. So I took like a little bit of a loss on that, and then that gave me an idea to actually try and test the Blue Guardian Protector for everyone, to show everyone that it actually works. And then, so I'll get straight into that. Okay, so here we are in our dashboard. As we can see, our chart right now, we're actually sitting on 0.052% of profit. So we're exactly back at break even. But I had my beginning of the week started, had a little bit of win, and then I got chopped. And then I came back, but then I had my idea of I want to actually set everything again and test the Blue Guardian Protector. So I forced my account down to where the Guardian Protector kicked in. And after that, I'm sitting on above break even right now, initial account balance. Just so everyone knows that when that happens, because I was doing this for a test for everyone, just to make sure that it worked and that it's actually like quite legitimate. The account's going up, and then we took our losses. As that happens, as it gets breached, the account then sits on, as in it's not protected. You have to actually reactivate your Guardian Protector for it to remain active. Now, what's nice is that they actually send you an email. The email that they sent here was obviously there's a Guardian breach. Your protector limit was hit on the account, and you will have to go in and reset the protector again. So this is good. It's good news for everyone, especially those who are trading big news. Your account can be protected and you know that it's going to work. So it was a really good test to do. I also did it for another purpose, and that is for the purpose of when the account was going up in equity. So here we're sitting on 103,102. So if we go back to the Guardian Protector and we have the 103,000, you can see that the daily loss limit is increasing. Okay. Now the account still sits on the permitted loss of 4,000. So that does not increase as you go higher in equity. So I was expecting that the account loss per day would go up as equity would increase. So about $33 per $1,000 that you go up in equity. So with this over here, I was expecting that it would be like a 4,090. And so with this over here, that was not increasing. So it's good to keep in mind that it is based off your initial account balance. And then on top of that, what I actually really like, this is something I really like, and that's why I was testing it, is because as we drop back down to our 100,000, our starting point over here, you still have that 8,000 limit, which means that the whole account, you'll only lose it when you get to $92,000 from a $100,000 account, which means that if you increase your account to $50,000 and you start taking losses every single day, your account won't be breached on 8%. If you are in a massive losing streak after a big winning streak, you can keep on going until it hits 92. That is a really good thing for a lot of people. It saves a lot of people as well, because what you'll find with prop firms is that you increase in size because your account's going up, and then you're at say $107,000. Then you hit a massive losing streak, and then can only risk down to $99,000. Whereas with this, you can go up to 109 and then all the way back down to like 93 and then continue going up again. For the long-term perspective of this being an infinite challenge is that there's a lot of gains that can be had. And I actually really, really like how this prop firm has set that up, and it's decent. So
now a lot of people are going to think you're crazy for drawing it, your 3% profit all the way back down to zero. I mean, what's the plan going forward next week? Are you going to increase your risk at all, or just carry on as per normal?
So my whole plan going into this next week is going into a 0.5% risk model and then working from there. I have full trust in my system and how I trade. And so I'm not worried at all because I always have my risk managed. I have everything sorted. So I have no worries about my system whatsoever. And going into next week, I'll be taking a 0.5% risk per trade. I'll also try and see if I can actually start trading the other sessions as well. So I'm going to be, when I have time for London, I'll take London. If I have time for New York, I'll take a New York. And that's how we're going to progress in the following week. But Friday, just wanted to show this on the chart. This is where we took our trade. This is our buy right over here. So as price came down from our 630 to 730, it gapped away from the opening gap and also the Hong Kong gap. There was a little price separation. We had Euro leading the chart. So Euro was actually pushing higher at this time while GU was resting down here. So that gave me validation to take this tiny little fair value gap that was in price right there. And then I entered the trade, stops under here, and it went up to our target, which is right here, which was a beautiful, beautiful trade. And then that was it for a really nice Friday to come and bring our account back up to where it's supposed to be.
Awesome. Well, look, good luck for next week. I'll be watching you on the streams, folks. So if you do want to catch Gentsla, he's on the Asian session streams going forward next week, Tuesday through Friday. My time, that is, it might be different in your time zone. All right, thanks, mate.
What's up, guys? Just gonna do a quick recap of this past week. We only traded Tuesday and Wednesday of this past week. So we're moving into, we just finished week 3. We're going to be on week 4 next week. So we're coming back. I think last week we were down a little bit more than 0.5%. So let's jump in where we are today. Here was our trade on Tuesday. We jumped in here, just an easy 5-minute chart break and retest, bullish engulfing, entered that, put our stops below here. We ended up closing 50% at TP1. Once we hit TP1, we moved stops to break even. It didn't come back to break even on us. This one actually kept going. We closed another 50% at TP2, and then at TP3, we closed the remaining, but this actually went all the way up to TP4. So it was a really nice trade on Tuesday, capitalized on that. This actually brought us back into the positive. And then on Wednesday, we had this trade. This was on GJ. It was a breakout trade on the 15-minute. We ended up entering here, put our stops above, came down. We ended up closing 50% at TP1, and then we moved our stops to break even. Once we did that, you can see here in the next 10, 15 minutes that it actually came back and broke even. So we only took the partials, and then our runner actually closed up here because it came all the way back up. So this is one of the cases that we talk about. It's important to take action at that TP1, at the bare minimum, remove your risk, because if we would have held on to this, although it did come down to the downside, it would have hit our stops. You see that? So I think that really showcased our discipline in that day in that trade. And I will show you now the dashboard. So here we are. We're our current update. So we're about close to 0.5% in profit, which is good. I mean, we came back from last week with, I think it was over 0.5% that we were down, and now we're in the positive, right? We're only up $438.75, but slow and steady is what the plan is on this, and we're going to continue to trade this, and we'll see how it goes next week. Right now, we only have 17 trades. We have about a 82.35% win rate, so it's not too bad. And I mean, I still have the Guardian Protector on. It hasn't even come close to that, to be honest. I think we haven't even hit 1% drawdown. So definitely we're good with that. And so we'll be back next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Trading London session, continuing with the Blue Guardian Challenge. And let's see how it goes. Thanks so much. Peace.
Right, folks, let's have a look at my Blue Guardian. You can see here that I'm 1.3 down. Or the spot was trading the CPI news event this week, and I believe that was the trade from there. So we started off the week around about there. We lost with the CPI, and it was actually a full stop out on a couple of the trades. Then it hit the 1% loss limit and kicked us out of the rest. The next day we had a win, 1.5 up, and then going into the weekend we had a break even. So I closed out the trades at the start of the weekend manually, because I just didn't want to. We were at break even, and I didn't want to carry them over the weekend and risk it dropping down with a gap. And next minute, you're 1%, if not 2% down. So we are kind of the same. We didn't make any progress. I'm hoping to get it back up here to that 100k, and then we can start increasing the risk. So we start to see some consistency coming back into the spot. All right, let's hear from the next trader. Right, folks, I'm here at the Black Bull Markets headquarters up in Auckland, New Zealand, and I'm standing in front of their whiskey bar. Now, if you like that kind of selection, you're going to love their 26,000 tradable assets from Forex, cryptos, indices, stocks, you name it, they've got it. So, folks, go and check them out at blackbullmarkets.com or click the link under the video or in the card above.
Buddy, weekly review back at it with Blue Guardian. So let me show you the dashboard. Basically, we're up about 1.5% for the week on the account. We're using much smaller sizes. And yeah, we're gonna get there eventually. Just 2 more sequences and I think we should be at break even. So basically what happened was last week I told you guys how I expected the market to make higher highs towards these previous highs. And as you guys can see, we actually do. On the Friday, we had the Monday make a low of the week. We broke a high right about here and we bought here. Right when we saw the breakout, we waited for the better price, the discount in this situation after the retracement, and took smaller sizes up for about 200 pips, 220 pips on smaller sizes, and we're going to use the same approach until we reach break even and then eventually increase our sizes then and there, man. Yeah, so it was just really a lesson. Just take a break. You don't have to trade every week, and definitely if you are busy in your life, take that break, man, and don't force the trades. I think that's where the mistake happened, but you just keep it positive because yeah, even early entries and late entries matter. So these times we got the entries right on time per usual and just allowed the profit to come to us, right? So yeah, another weekly review, and let's focus on the consistency. Right now we are at this high. I do feel as if we could get one last push up, or if not, price can make its way back down to here because we did have this significant breakout. Even a retracement or a drop is likely. So thank you guys, man, tuning in. Have a good week and see you guys again.
All right, this is Zach here doing weekly recap for my Blue Guardian 25K challenge with Trading Nut. At a place this week here coming to a close that I'm okay with. I know that losing is a part of trading, and you can see that this is the end of last week here. So I started the week off nice and strong with a couple of really good trades. Well, one really good one that was like a 4R, and then one 1R, and then I've had a handful of struggles trying to sort out what direction the market's going in. So a handful of losses. You can see today's positive right at the moment. I've had a handful of trades with one small winner and one current one that is still open as I come into the close, which is here on Euro USD. You can see it's kind of messy here just with all my thoughts as I watch the market, but try to go long here with like a half risk just because I've been kind of missing a bunch the latter half of this week. And that one stopped out right away. And then as it dropped down, I was looking at a shift lower. I was a little too tight on the stop and got stopped out there, but still felt pretty strongly about it moving lower. So this is where half entry here got me down to, for that one was a kind of a confidence booster, and then I was able to see another entry get back in going lower here. So I've already moved my stop to 1R, and I will get out before the end of the shift, end of the session. So I was going to show you my early week trade. This is the 4R trade. I did manage the stops a little differently just because of the structure as I was watching it, but you can see the short entry right in here after a big kind of explosive move down, pulled back up into, I was using this little gap here from the 2-minute chart. Watched it move lower. I did get into where I would have normally gotten my 3R probably as a trailing stop, but I left the stop a little higher, looking at structure, looking at an order block that was right here. And rode it down to this place here where I was pretty stoked to get out about 4R. So that was my best trade. Like I mentioned, I did have a handful of losing trades, but overall with the Blue Guardian Challenge, I am feeling good about 2 weeks in a row finishing with profit. Thanks much. See you next week.
Tired of missing trades or spending hours at the charts? Introducing my Robot Builders Club. With our platform, you can build bots in minutes, not weeks, without any coding required. Get lifetime access to my video course, VIP community, and over 40 ready-made robots. Works with MT4 or MT5, and as a bonus, you'll get 3 months access to my robot lab, where we build and test bots on live calls every week. Join the hundreds of traders who are trading smarter, not harder. Click the link in the description to learn more, get the free training, and download a free robot. All right, folks, there you have it. Remember that 10% off coupon, all one word, Trading Nut. It's going to save you 10% at Blue Guardian. Link below the video. Have a great trading week, folks. Remember to join those live streams, and we'll see you next week.